Hey, welcome to episode 5 of our John Deere rescue series. We dragged this 855 John Deere out of a barn a couple months ago. And since then, we've been working on it and we're making great progress. And today's going to be exciting. We're actually going to start putting it back together. We got all these parts put back together. Hope you follow along. And we're going to do that right after this. Hey, it's going to be a great day today. Can't wait to put all this green stuff back together, get a running tractor again. But I got a couple details I want to take care of. Things that have been bothering me. I want to get those taken care of, and let's do that first. This part's just been bothering me. Every time I walk by, I just can't stand it. It's rusty, bubblegum all over it. It's welded crooked. I just had to fix it. So I took it off, I cut it, welded it back up, nice and straight now, painted it up, and now it won't bother me anymore. Just being me. Another thing I noticed, one thing here, these wires look like they've been chewed on by a rodent. I can't blame it on anyone. It's probably just from sitting. There was a rodent nest down in there when I got it. So I'm just going to add a couple new pieces of wire there. And I'm going to be adding caution lights. Those down there. And I made some guard rings around them. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So let's get started. So here on my 755, I kept breaking these flashing lights all the time, hitting branches and stuff. So I made these guards, and I haven't had a problem since. So since I'm putting flashing lights on the 855, I'm going to make a set of those. So I'll show you how I'm doing it. I'm going to be using, I have 2 of those. And I've got some 1 inch by 3/16 flat bar, and I'm going to wrap it around that wheel. The hardest thing always when you're trying to bend something like that, you need something strong enough to hold the bend. I wouldn't be using that if I was going to heat it, but I'm just going to cold bend it. And at the bottom for the base, I'm just going to put these on. So let's see how that works. Okay, let's see how this works. I'm going to have to straighten that out a little bit. I think we could probably make that work. Either that or maybe bend it in more. Go back the other way. There, I think that'll definitely work. Okay, let's make another one. That should work. Well, there we are. Both done. I need a little bit of paint, and we'll be ready to put those fenders together. So I coated the inside of this with undercoating, and in here with undercoating, try to slow down that rust. And I'm going to put this back in. The nice new bolts. And some new nuts. I don't know about you guys, but I put never sees on everything. I just hate having stuff break on me. I have a hard time getting the back off. So I just coat everything. Now these get torqued to 70 foot-pounds. I don't want them coming loose again, like happened last time. Anyway, I measured these before I took them off. They were at 8 inches. I think I'm just going to snug them up, and if I have to, I'll adjust them. But I think I can see where the depressions were. So I'm pretty confident that's where it was. Side. Aha. So I'm going to leave the other side off for now because it'd be a lot easier to put the remotes on this. So these use dome head bolts. Starting to look like a tractor again. So this is the part I've been waiting for. I want to get these fenders on. I think that'll totally change the look. They're all pre-wired. Don't tell me. I measured them. Tell me that's too high. There. Just a little bit offset on the one side. That's all it took. That's better. Spacer here. wired. Let's see if they work. Hey, that works. Flashing fast because it's only got the one. Tail light works. And now both. Well, that works. So like I said, I was going to leave that one floorboard off so I could change these remotes. A lot easier to get at them while there's nothing in the way. I already have a video about changing these remotes, but I'll quickly go over it. So these are the 4 adapters, and they have O-rings. They have an O-ring around there and an O-ring there. Those are the O-rings. Those are the part numbers. You want to look at them. There's a small one that goes on the end and the one that goes over top of the thread. This one didn't have the snap rings, but there's supposed to be 4 snap rings holding those in, so I put those in. These are the new remotes, and these are really nice. They're a push connect. I like these, and those are the numbers. So let's put them together. Now you're going to want a pair of snap ring pliers. This snap ring is going to go in here after you put it into the frame, and that locks in right there. Like I said, this didn't have them. It's supposed to have them. So I'm going to put them in. There. Now on these top 2 hoses, seal lines as these are, make sure your surfaces are clean. Make sure your O-ring's still in place. And just slide the line over it. And you're going to have to hold it to keep it from turning. Anyways, that's all there is to it. Do it 3 more times and we're done. Well, I've got the second fender all ready to go. It's already wired. And I keep talking about repinning these connectors. And this is what I mean. These are these connectors, all different sizes. 3-pin and 8-pin, all these different connectors. And it comes with these, I call them pins, but they're just connectors. There's the female. There's the male. I don't have the special tool to crimp them on, so I just fold them over and I solder the connections on wherever I can. And if I can, I put heat shrink on it like there. I can't get heat shrink on there because it won't fit into the connector. And then these have a little tab on the back that locks in. And all you do is you push this in the right way and it locks in. And this is what I mean when I keep saying I'm repinning something. These all came white. Some of these I painted black just so they hide in a little bit better. And I've got clips all ready to go from when I bolted in place. Keep the wires where they belong. The only place I didn't solder the connection is this light doesn't have a ground wire. These 2 wires are 2 filaments. And I've joined both filaments together to make it bright. And it just grounds through the lug. So all I did is I put a crimp-on connector on the ground wire and went right to the bolt. So let's get ready to put this guy on and be the second fender. Well, I think we've got everything cleaned up and painted except for this little ugly bugger. It obviously they cut it for that hose that chains in there, so it might be a bit of a fitment issue, but really it's not that bad. I think I can fix that real easy and make that look a little bit better. So that's our next project. So isn't that a little bit easier? You'd almost think it was made that way. It's not like there aren't already hoses and stuff exposed here. So this way you'd almost think that's the way the factory made it. And we definitely got to do something about that. That is bad. So let's do that. There, I think it looks a lot better. Paint will hide a lot. Well, I'd say that definitely looks better. It's going to be under the seat. You won't see a lot of it, but it doesn't have all that crappy rust and stuff on it, so I'm really happy with that. And when I first installed this fender, I had a little bit of a fitment issue in here, and luckily I hadn't made them concentric, and so all I had to do was turn it around and it fit. So before I installed this fender, I checked, and I had to reconfigure this one a little bit, but I got clearance on both of them now and they're protected and everything works. So only a few more pieces to put in and we're all done. So I just had to run to the dealer to get some fasteners. There were so many nuts and bolts that were the wrong size and missing here. That's $57. The wonder they were missing or the wrong fasteners in there. Couldn't believe it. Almost had to sit down. I think that turned out pretty good. All right, now let's see if the lights work. Flashers work, a little fast. Now everything works. Ta-da! Well, let's take a look around this. If you remember what it looked like when we first got it, she was pretty beat up. I think she looks a little bit better now. Everything works. Haven't put it through all its paces yet, but she looks a lot better. She was pretty neglected there for a bunch of years. I still have a little bit of work to it. I don't know, I might paint the wheels. I have to paint the roll guard a little bit. And so I hope you guys like this series. So the tractor's running, but we still have lots of work to do. We still got to get the backhoe going and the loader. So the next thing we're going to do is the loader. But right now it's spring here, and it's been raining a lot lately, and the old grass is just growing, and it's been so wet. We're on a clay base, so it's kind of hard to get on it right after it rains. As you can see, it's still kind of wet around some of the trees. So hopefully this wind will keep up, won't get any more rain, and in the next couple days we'll be able to cut grass. And that means we're going to have to switch the old 755 from snow mode to summer mode. Take the loader off, put the mower on, put the blower in storage. So that'll be my next thing to do. And after that, I've got a shop to clean up. Been wrenching here for 2 months pretty well steady. Got a bit of a mess going, and the toys are all dust covered, so I got to pull those out and clean them up. And I've had a few requests. I think I'll make a video on this little red guy here once I get it going. So that'll be pretty soon. Hey, thanks again for watching today. Thank you very much for sharing my little journey rebuilding this guy. So I've got lots of projects to do. Hope you'll catch me next time. And I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Makes a big difference for YouTube. And right now, I'm just going to take a cruise around the neighborhood. Catch you later.